Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be each and every Sunday night, where tonight on Top Split TV we are coming to you live from Chicago for round 9, season 29, Sunday Night Lights. Flying solo here tonight. The Chaotic One has introduced some chaos once again, and we are flying solo, so we'll do what we can and we'll see where we get to. We've got 15 drivers here tonight. Turned up about 46.500 strength of field, which is pretty amazing considering the participation we've had this week's been quite a drop off. Somewhat say it's been off a cliff, depending on your perspective. But let's run through the field here tonight and see where we get to. So I need to turn that other one off so that I can actually see that one. Give me that. There we go. Mr. Hendrickson, car number 1 here tonight, working hard and supporting the series, which is great. The Team Torpedo Flying Dutchman has binned what I think is probably his outlap, so I'll have another crack at that. Easy to do around here, folks, let me tell you. Brett McBurney's leading the ANZ charge here tonight for McFlabby Racing. He's back in action. Looking forward to taking on some of the best in the world. Dario Frattini joins us once again for FPM Cube Controls. Frattini becoming certainly a very much a regular part of the action here on a Sunday night. Dimitri Philippidis similarly, car number 4 here this week. He's streaming away, Course Tiger Dim on Twitch. Oh, I can't remember the numbers. It's Tiger Dim and a couple of numbers. Sorry, Dimitri, can't remember. He's out there. It might be 75. Tiger Dim 75. Anyway, he's out there and he's been turning probably the most laps of anyone in this field that I've seen this week. That's for sure. Head Clown, car number 5, Vasco Sorowski, the second of the ANZ drivers in the all field tonight. Of course, the slightly lower strength of field. It's off a little bit, not too much, which is great. A great sign of the strength in the Skippy community getting behind us here on a Sunday night. Jeff Randall, I think it's his 3rd appearance this season, at least 3. He's car number 6 here tonight. Xavier Sanchez, one of the top Skippy, top iRacing streamers going around, the Spaniard. He joins us as car number 7 here tonight. Captain 499, Neil Gardner, is car number 8 for ANZ. Joined us as usual here on a Sunday night. Luke Whitten, Team Milo, lone Team Milo driver by the looks of it, and for ANZ as well. Great to see Luke there. He's a quality driver, got a lot of pace. These walls will challenge the best of us though. Mark Lay, the second clown in the field. Car number 10 for Team Clowns. There he is, Mr. Lay. Ryan Chenoweth, the Wildlife Warrior for Goose Juice Racing. He's back with us again here this Sunday night as car number 11. Car number 12 currently sitting in the top 5 at the moment for his first lap and making his SNL debut, Alex Steenbruggen. Steenbruggen? Sorry if I'm getting that wrong, Alex. Steenbruggen, like I said, on debut. He's done quite a number of laps here this week as well, and that's paying off for him at the moment, sitting in the top 5 provisionally in quali. Car number 13 here tonight, Paul Wilson, back with us once again, always with a smile on his dial. Car number 13, lucky for some, for young Paul here tonight. Car number 14, if I can find him, another debutant, Martin Armitage from UK&I snuck in tonight. And our final driver, speaking of sneaking in, is Richard King from ANZ. He's sitting in 13th as car number 15. Not often we get a 2.5k driver here on a Sunday night, and he's I don't know whether you count himself as lucky or unlucky depending on the perspective. He's rounding out the top 5 or the field in terms of the seedings, and also is currently sitting in P14 in the quali times. So plenty of action too for him on debut. Luke Whitten grabs the top step on the podium, or the timesheets at least. McBurney comes across. What's he got for us? He goes to the top this time round. Philippides not setting fastest sectors at the moment. He crosses the line, only manages to stay where he was. Ryan Chenoweth is still out on track. He's coming out to round out his lap. What can he do for us, the Wildlife Warrior? Crosses the line now. 36. He beats his time. Jeff Randall now coming in. Ryan only managing to get up to P11. Jeff Randall's had some good pace in the past few weeks. Seems to be building to something. Tonight might be the chance. A few of the biggest names out of the field, or some of the regulars at least. There are still some big names in here. But and Gardner crosses the line, only managing to finish 10th. Well, they start 10th, finish qualifying 10th. Speaking of finish, oh, that's right. Henrikson's got his second lap because he binned the out lap. This is a timed lap for him. This will see a time register on the score sheets. What's the Flying Dutchman got for us in the blue and orange Team Torpedo Mobile as he crosses the line and jumps up to pole with a 36.92, just 11 1/1000ths ahead of McBurney there in P2 off the grid. Speaking of off the grid, let's go check it out. As all drivers have finished quality. Tim Hendrickson for Team Torpedo grabs the pole sitters. Well, it's not even a yellow jersey. Did they get one of those little wheels like they do in the F1? Anyway, he's grabbed the first shot at turn 1. Brett McBurney for McFlabby Racing, 11 1/1000s behind, joins him on the front row as the leading ANZ driver. A lot of ANZ drivers here in this top 5. Look at that. Luke Whitten, Team Milo, starts out a third. Alongside him on the second row will be Vasco Sorowski for Team Clowns. A lot of the ANZ club coming after the Flying Dutchman. Dario Fattini for FPM Cube Controls starts out of P5. Alongside him in his best starting position, Jeff Randall, the UK and I. Dimitri Philippides from France. He starts out a 7th tonight, just ahead of Alex Steenbruggen. Those two came together in the previous race. No hard feelings, of course. It was just an accident, but they're managed to find themselves beside each other once again. Mark Lay, the other clown in the field. Team Clowns, he starts out a 9th, just ahead of Captain 499, who joins him on the 5th row. Starting out a 10th, Xavier Sanchez from Spain starts out of 11th, and alongside him, inside the points to begin with at least, the Wildlife Warrior for Goose Juice Racing, Ryan Chenoweth. Going over the page, 13th off the grid tonight will be Paul Wilson for ANZ, just ahead of Martin Armitage on debut for UK and I, and Richard King, final driver and the final ANZ driver in the field. Starts out a 15th tonight as we head into begin round 9. Sunday Night Lights, season 29 from Chicago. Of course, very challenging track. It's another street circuit that has its challenges, that's for sure. Not the least of which has been the ordinary participation this week. But the red lights come on and they go out, and we are away for the first of 15 laps around here at Chicago. Deceptively challenging track when you look at it on paper compared to how you might drive it in real life. Everyone flows through turn 1 and they get it done. Through turn 2 onto what is the longest, well, more or less the longest straight here. They're pretty equivalent. Probably at turn 5 is a fraction longer, but it's got this bendy bit in the middle as the drivers curve around. And Hendrickson leads them into the most challenging, it's really heart in the mouth stuff. Oh, side by side behind momentarily, was it? I think it's Steenbruggen and Philippides once again side by side in dangerous manoeuvres as McBurney and Whitten side by side into the braking zone. Whitten gets it done ahead of McBurney into the braking zone at 6. Fantastic job by Whitten, showing his colours early. As line astern they go, which is potentially what we might see a bit of here tonight. But Whitten taking advantage of one of the few overtaking opportunities. There are a few, actually, more than you might think. Turn 1, if you're brave at turn 4, then obviously at turn 6. They're probably the top 3 chances on this 12 out of the 12 corners here at Chicago. Of course, Hendrickson now half a second, little over half a second, 6.5 tenths, moving up to 7 tenths on the exit of the final corner. That overtaking manoeuvre, potentially all he needs to get away is this full field has got through turn the first lap, I should say. Dimitri Philippides showing the nose briefly on Steenbruggen, who made the move and got it done on the opening lap on Philippides. Meanwhile, our front pack looks to be looking to get away there. They've just got that, oh no, it's 8 tenths by the looks off ahead of Randall. And it is Hendrickson leading them away around the challenging, very fast turns 4 and 5. Back onto the back straight now on the run down to 6. As Philippides, look, he's got a bit of a, almost like he fell away a bit there. As Sorowski, speaking of trying to get people to fall away, trying to break the draft behind him to reduce this to a C. He just steps out. He's not looking to attack so much as he is just trying to break the draft between he and, as we hear lots of crunching sounds, which are phantom, I have no doubt. One thing about these street circuits is not only do they get your heart pumping, but the netcode here is surprising. I'm not sure what it is about the concrete walls, but they do seem to lend themselves to some phantom contacts here and there, and sometimes the real ones as well. As Hendrickson still leading this one by about 6 tenths. Looks like Witten's managed to pull back a tenth that lap. It was 7 tenths as they crossed the line the previous lap. Once again, you see Sorowski trying to break what he can of the draft on this start-finish straight as they head through turn 1 at the start of lap 3. And they are still in running order. And it looks like behind you had the orange car of car number 12, Alex Steenbruggen, looking to put some pressure on one of the contenders in the series, Dario Fratini. Car number 3, Steenbruggen not playing favourites or favours. Oh, there's some stuff going on here. I'm trying to grab McBurney. He's gone. Let's see what happened there. If I can stop my telemetry roll. Oh, so much going on. Everyone's passing him. Let's see what happened to McBurney here. And he comes down. Oh, he's got past Witten there and into the sweeping double right hand. Oh, the rear's just let go and he's no doubt going to hit the tyre barrier. Bang. There it is. Does Witten get through? Looks like a bit of phantom contact. Maybe some real contact. McBurney, Skippy starting to let go of pieces left, right and centre. Witten gets his nose back. The droids have done their work and bang. That's a dead Skippy there for McBurney. Unfortunately, he made the move done early. He got the move done early past Luke Witten. I just want to see what happened. There was a bit going on. I wonder if I can go back and look at the overtake that kind of kicked it off. Yeah, we saw that happen there. Looks like Witten either made a mistake or McBurney just got the better drive out. And I've got another incident to pick up on here as well. I've got my telemetry says Randall. What's happened to Randall here? It's all opened up in front of him. It's all just happening in front of him. What's he done? Does the rear let go at the same time? Yeah, look, the rear just goes on the exit of turn 5 there, and he just parks it nose first in the wall, unfortunately. And that's does he get away with that one? He's got to wait for the whole field though. And but he gets away with it, gets it into gear and gets away. I'm not sure that he picked up too much damage there. Anyway, now Witten and Sorowski. ANZ drivers fighting over the scraps at the moment. They in doing so, we've lost one. We've got a man down in Brett McBurney. He's gone for the night in terms of the competitive positions at least. Now we've got Sorowski battling Witten. Team Clowns versus Team Milo. Sorowski looked to get a bit of a nudge on the wall there. coming through into the penultimate, on the run into the penultimate corner in at 11. Very easy to do. It's quite a fast section. It's quite narrow out the back, yet you're still able to maintain so much speed. You've genuinely got to, you know, we talk about being committed at street circuits. This one is probably the pinnacle for mine in terms of commitment required at all corners. You got right angle corners, left, right and centre, and that's that final sector or so after you exit turn 7 out the back, and you go round the almost horseshoe shaped turn 9 and then you cut back to the right at turn 10. Yeah, look, slight lift in 4th gear at best. It's unbelievable. From turn 7 you got a slight lift is all you get through turn 10 before you hit 11. That's it. Otherwise you're just fully committed, and you've got to use everything, every part of the track and no more. You normally say every bit and more. This time you can't use any more because look at the big white walls that make sure you can't. Anyway, Hendrickson's gone 2 seconds up the road. He did a 37.2 last time round, whereas Witten and Swarovski were in the high 37s, low 38s. So looks like Hendrickson's going for back-to-back victories here on a Sunday night. Now, and we've got the Battle of the ANZ drivers, Witten and Swarovski, with the debutant. No one I can remember on debut has gone on to get maybe a podium, but certainly as car number 12 on debut with the fastest lap of the race as Steenbruggen. And hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm probably not, but that's how it reads. Anyway, we'll see. Witten now leading the second pack now with Swarovski tucked in behind. Swarovski going for, I think, 2 podiums in a row as well after last week at Phillip Island. So he'll be very pleased with his work if he can manage to hang on to that. Well, there you go. One from the crowd, the Golden Stig, got a podium on debut. Yeah, there's one going back. You're going to become the official historian, Mr. Russell, in the Top Split TV chat. Excellent stuff. All right. Still leading the way is Hendrickson. Team Clowns chasing down Team Milo with Steenbruggen all over the back of them. Philippides now trying, after doing about 1 billion laps compared to everyone else. He's up a couple of spots and sitting in P5, looking to run these guys down at any opportunity. Mark Lay, there you go, P6, up 3 spots. The second Team Clown driver just ahead of the Wildlife Warrior Ryan Chenoweth, who's up more positions than anyone else in this race at 5. That's a great drive to this point in the race, mind you. He's got Gardner and Sanchez all over the back of him. Sanchez, well known for driving through fields, as in from the tail end of a field through to a decent result here on a Sunday night, as Mr. Xavier Sanchez, the car number 7. And then look at the attitude of the car. You see the commitment there. He was just shot. You can see these drivers leaving a little bit of margin here. They're being quite conservative, but these walls are absolutely unforgiving. Beautiful rotation there through from Sanchez as he went through the last corner there. Paul Wilson now, he's up 3 positions, taking advantage of some of the carnage in the field. Martin Armitage on debut. 2 debutants in the field, or 3 maybe with King potentially. Armitage now, he's down in 11th, just ahead of Richard King in 12th. Randall on recovery mode ahead of McBurney. He himself is also, and Frattini, I think he's gone for the night. So checking back in with our leaders, we have Hendrickson leading the way. Oh, side by side behind Swarovski. No, Witten just defending. Swarovski making it clear that he wasn't going to attack. And they pull back the line of stern with Steenbruggen sitting all over the back of them. Oh, that looks like somebody's wing. Phantom contact once again. Although Swarovski looks to be slowing down. A bit of a gap opening up. Oh yeah, I reckon has he picked up some yeah, he has. He's picked up damage. What happened? Oh no, that's a tragedy. I guarantee you he's going to go through the pits. I saw a wing come off. Oh, let's see. I'm trying to... Oh, I haven't got anything in my telemetry for that at all. So I can't go back and find it. Anyway, that's a shame. That's terrible for Swarovski going for his second podium. Meanwhile, Hendrickson leads the way still. He's out by only 1.9 seconds. So the gap's actually come down a little bit. Witten matching him to within about 3/100ths last lap. But that's not enough to reel in that gap. But my suggestion is that now Swarovski's not looming large in his mirrors and he can focus on eyes forward. It'll be interesting to see what he can do. And he's gapped Steenbruggen after the limping clown car built that sort of broke the rhythm and the pace there, allowing Witten to get away, and potentially Steenbruggen now falling into the clutches of Dimitri Philippidis, eagerly looking to grab a podium if he can and rob the debutant of a podium on his first race here on a Sunday night. Mark Ley now the leading clown car into the top 5 ahead of the battle at the moment of Chenoweth, Gardner and Sanchez. One of these guys, Chenoweth, now up 6 positions if you don't mind. Only Richard King up near as close. No, he's the only one up 6. Mark Ley's up 4 and Chenoweth's Richard King is up 5. Looking at Paul Wilson to be the magic number 6 though, in a tight tussle here for P9. Currently Wilson hanging on to that spot, but King really looking to push the point. Jumping back up, how's that gap? Oh, another 10th down and counting. Witten, of course, the only ANZ driver to win a round of the 2K Cup before its ultimate demise. The 2K Cup, of course, was the gold standard for Skippy Racing for such a long time, and Witten, the only ANZ driver able to ever grab a race there. He grabbed the endurance race at VIR, which is the track we're going to in a couple of weeks. So expect Luke to feature prominently in that round, as well as Steenbruggen managing to hold off Philippidis. And Philippidis now looming larger and larger in his mirrors, I would suggest. Steenbruggen, what's he done? 36.7. Was actually 0.2 quicker than Luke Witten, who was a bit off last lap, and that gap is now back up to 2 seconds. Oh no, it's 1.7, I beg your pardon. Even though he was about 1/10.5 slower than Hendrickson last lap round. Maybe Hendrickson potentially watching the relative and picked up the pace a bit. But Steenbruggen had the fastest lap around, other than Dimitri's Philippidis in his draft. So the question is, does Witten catch Hendrickson? How were their lap times? He was 2.5 tenths quicker than Hendrickson last time round with a 36.5. Fantastic. But that gap is still 1.8 seconds and not really closing. Steenbruggen, he's got Philippidis in looming large in his mirrors. I'm wondering what Philippidis does through this double right-hander at 4.5. Look how close and committed he is there. Now here's a good opportunity for the overtake. Although he sounded like he missed a gear there, shows the nose, but that is not really in earnest, shall we say, as he pulls back into line through turn 6. Turn 7, not really an overtaking opportunity, I wouldn't suggest, unless you get a much better exit out of 6. This time though, not going to happen. Looking for some tight bat. Oh, Sanchez now's made the move on Gardner and got through. He's up 4 to be tucked in now, or chasing the tuck in behind Ryan Chenoweth. Mark Ley driving a fantastic race. He's in a bit of an island, but I don't think he'll be minding. Finishing top 5 of Sunday Night Lights is, yeah, that's a great result. And he will hold the moniker as the top clown, or the head clown, for this week at least, if he can manage to hold on. His partner in crime, Sorosky, has set the fastest lap of the race last time round with a 36.4. Won't do him much good though, down there in P11 after running through the pits. Back up the lead though, we have Tim Hendrickson, 1.7 seconds now behind, or ahead I should say, of Luke Whitten. Luke Whitten chasing him down. He was about again a tenth and a half quicker last time round with Tim Hendrickson, although the gap is now down to 1.6 and closing. But with only the four and a half laps to go, it might be a bit of a tall order, one would think. Now down into the one of the primary passing opportunities here at turn 6 once again. Philippides content to stay behind Steenbruggen at this stage. I don't know that he will for the remainder of the race though, that's for sure. I imagine that with 1 or 2 to go, he'll be looking to be in like Flynn, as we see a change of position now as Sorosky goes by King, gets it done at that passing opportunity that we mentioned. Let's go take a look at that run into turn 6. He just sees quite, oh, he just threw him the dummy. Just threw him the dummy, and Richard King outbraced himself. Jeff Randall's had another moment by the looks of it. What's happened here? All on his own. Comes around. Oh no, not another one here. Falling victim to the challenges of turn 4. And then, oh bang, the rear goes and he's clipped. And then nose in as well. Oh wow. That's not the race he wanted, Mr. Randall. Unfortunately, he's had to hit the eject button from there. As we check back in with our leader, Tim Hendrickson, who's down to 1.4 seconds now with 3.5 to go. Oh, it just sounds like he clips it, doesn't it? If we hop on board Luke Whitten, let's see if we can't get the, what's the nose view look like? Yeah, it's a bit too far to see what 1.5 seconds looks like. Look at this run through turn 6. Magic. You can see there's a bit of elevation change here as we come over the crest there, down to the right hander at 7. This is what commitment looks like. And he grabs 4th gear before the kink at 8, sweeps around 9 and down into 10. Just, oh, barely even a lift. Not a full lift, just a partial lift. And then back we go into the final corner now, and it's down to, yeah, back out to 1.7. So Hendrickson putting the foot down in the second half of that lap. As we now jump back to P3 and 4. The last step on the podium is the reward for this battle, with Steenbruggen and Philippides nose to tail once again, as they have been for so much of this race. Mark Lay now lonely in 5th, but the good kind of lonely, as here we go. Here's the battle we wanted to see. Chenoweth looking to grab a top 6 finish, up 6 positions ahead of Sanchez, who's up 4. Sanchez has a look into 2. Oh, elbows out. There we go, elbows out indeed. Sanchez. Now the run down into the sweeping turn 4. Side by side they go. Chenoweth not willing to give it up. The outside's not where you want to be at turn 4 though. Very hard to judge. Oh, a little clip. The elbows are still out. Wow. Chenoweth gets it back. I reckon that's fair. All's fair in love and war in that little battle. I reckon that was fair enough given what happened at turn 2. They're really giving it everything here, as now we see Sanchez battling to hold off Gardner, who's showing the nose into turn 6. And Chenoweth looking to get away. Fantastic racing here in the midfield of this one. Now, Martin Armitage on debut. What's happened here? Just looking at the replay now. Oh, not another one at turn 4. I think it might be, yeah, the rear steps out, and waiting is the the tyre barrier. Claims another one very similar to the previous incident that we saw from Randall. That's very unfortunate. Now let's check back in with our big battle here. Chenoweth holds him off again. Look in the background. There's Sorosky chasing down Gardner. Wilson in his toe now as we start the penultimate lap. Sanchez once again looking to get the run out of turn 1. What's he got this time round? Chenoweth goes defensive. Oh, does he? He's kind of he's almost half pregnant there. Can't. And then really just strong defence there from Chenoweth. Great work. Now, what do we got up front? Witten getting closer. He's just outside the magic 1 second mark. Now, oh, we missed Neil Gardner going past. Oh, how did he catch that? Beautiful control there from Chenoweth, but it cost him some time. This time he'll be under pressure. This time he'll be under pressure from behind with Sanchez now. Chenoweth. Oh, the three of them in the background. There's the head clown, Sorosky. Chenoweth doesn't know where to go to defend. Who do I defend from? The red one, the yellow one. He's got them both here, and then side by side. This time round, it'll be Sanchez and Gardner into 7. Gardner comes under. How does he get through there? And this time Sorosky says, I want some of this as well. Thanks, boys. Don't leave me out of the party. Beautiful racing here. Sanchez looks like he's going to get away, though, although Chenoweth's still on the front. Gardner now under all sorts of threat. This is the battle of the race here, that's for sure. It's into 5 cars now. Chenoweth hanging on for dear life. Sorosky shows the nose on Gardner, pulls it back in. Want to check back on Steenbruggen and Philippides. They're going quietly. Still a 1 second gap, but much closer up the front. Looks like still going to be the action. Here's the one to watch. Now, Chenoweth under all sorts of pressure from Sanchez. Similarly, Gardner from the hard charging Vasco Sorosky. Takes a title line through one. He's got the run, though. Title line. Now, it is. Sorry, I should say Gardner going defensive. Battles and battles, battles in battles. What's going on in front there? Chenoweth side by side takes the defensive line. Oh, gets it done. Gardner defends from Sorosky. What's going on up here? These guys, they've got through okay. This is the big battle. I'm trying to keep an eye. Catch Hendrickson as he crosses the line to take it out. He's pretty close to the end. These blokes too wide, 2 by 2 kind of. They just get it sorted. They still go. Oh, Gardner, he wants to chuck it up the inside, does he? Does that come off okay? Oh, he puts Sorosky into the wall, almost coming under pressure now. Sorosky. Hendrickson crosses the line ahead of Witten. Steenbruggen on debut grabs P3 in a fantastic drive. Touching base with our battle here. It's going to be... What a fantastic drive from Chenoweth. Absolutely amazing. Mark Lay now crosses the line for a top 5 finish. Well done, sir. Takes the moniker a head clown for this week. Chenoweth comes across. Beautiful drive, Ryan. Well done to the Wildlife Warrior. Grabs P5 in a hard-fought race ahead of Sanchez, Gardner, Wilson. Sorosky did everything he could, and he ended up losing a position to Wilson there at the end after doing anything and everything he could to get across the line. Now, speaking of coming across the line, our stragglers here, McBurney, coming after his early race, or the incident earlier in the race. Just coming to round it out. He'll be disappointed with that. He was right in the thick of it until he wasn't. Just coming across the line now, inside the SNL points for what it's worth. Down there in P12. Armitage on debut. He's already done, I think. I think everyone's done. I think. Is he finished? Yeah, Armitage. He's... Oh, no. Is he only done... Oh, he would have been a lap down. Yeah, we saw him cross the line. He was a lap down. All right. Why don't we take a look at the results at the end of all that? I assume everyone's finished and it'll let me do the results. There we go. Tim Hendrickson for Team Torpedo led it from start to finish, flag to flag. I'm not sure how much pressure he was under there after the initial incident from McBurney. Witten kind of made inroads at different times, certainly made inroads overall, finishing 1.3 seconds behind in P2 for Team Milo. Great finish for Witten. I think he got equals his best of the season after P2 at Bathurst. Alex Steenbruggen on debut grabs a podium. Well played. Not since the Golden Stig days have we seen a podium on debut. Steenbruggen walking in some great footsteps there. P4 in the battle. All the way to the line was Dimitri Philippides, trying to snatch from Steenbruggen but unable to do so, and finishes in 4th. Mark Lay, top 5 finish for the Team Clowns driver. No doubt, I'm pretty confident that's his best finish, and what a great drive it was. Stayed in it, stayed full concentration, kept it off the walls, kept it clean, and got a top 5 finish for his travels. Ryan Chinner the Wildlife Warrior. What a battle that was for Goose Juice Racing. Finishes in 6th. Top drive, Ryan. Congratulations. Held off the hard-charging Xavier Sanchez from Spain. What a strong performance as well. They got the elbows out. They sort of give as good as they got. And fantastic battle in the final stages of the latter stages of the race. Neil Gardner finished in 8th tonight. If I'm not mistaken, it's probably his best finish in a little while. And leads a fleet of ANZ drivers behind him, led by Paul. Well, second to that being Paul Wilson there in P9. Fantastic drive for Paul, and he too got the elbows out and defended from Vasco Sorowski, the Team Clowns. He's fought back after having to run through the pits to finish 10th. Richard King, I could say debut, but I don't recall. He might have had at least one race with us before. He's finished in 11th, just ahead of Brett McBurney for McFlabby Racing. I know Brett will be disappointed with his race down there in 12th. Martin Armitage, definitely on debut. He from UKNI, he's finished down in 13th, just ahead of Jeff Randall, one of the several victims at turn 4. Randall finishing 14th. And our final driver of the night, once again caught up in an incident not of his own making, I think it was Mr. Dario Frattini for FPM Cube Controls, our lone retiree tonight. Unfortunate for Dario once again. Well, that was something. I know the participation here has struggled to get out of first gear, but the drivers here tonight showed you what you can do when you do get out of first gear. So they did a fantastic job and really showed us once again what fantastic racing we can see in the Skip Barbers. But I've got our race winner here, Mr. Tim Hendrickson, who's... Oh, wrong one. Tim Hendrickson. There we go.
Sec, Alex.
Hello.
My Discord settings. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Hendrickson. Well done, mate.
That looks a lot better.
Flag to flag, mate. 2 on the trot. And you managed to survive the suspension-hungry walls here at Chicago, mate. Tell us how you went.
Oh, man. I mean, it's a track. It's all about knowing your limits and getting to know the person behind you, because that's all you really need to do. As soon as I heard a little bit of salt in voice chat behind me, I know I was golden, and I just had to cruise to victory. Just had to get settled, do the laps, see what laps Luke was doing, and match that. And if he was going to catch me later in the race because he was pushing harder than I was, good on him. I'm not going to get anywhere near those walls today.
Fair enough too, mate. These the walls claimed a few here tonight, as they have done all week. But certainly, I've got to tell you, if you do get a chance to go back and watch, there was a good little battle there in the midfield towards the end of the race. A few of the elbows came out and the guys put on a good show, but for yourself, it was all clean sailing. And dare I say, 9/10 rather than 10/10 in the cockpit here tonight because of the nature of the track.
At 9/10 would be, I don't know, maybe 8.
Yeah, fair enough too, because look, I know plenty of people have come a cropper here this week and quite a few in this one too. So listen, congratulations, mate. Well done. 2 on the trot and starting to build in terms of the season overall. So 3 rounds to go now, I think, and plenty to play for in the closing rounds, mate. So congratulations on the win. Anyone else to give a shout out to tonight?
Let's be creative for once. I'd like to thank 2 of some very diehard Twitch streamers that really kind of get some Aussie time softs going like during the week usually. Being Tiger Dim 78 in Dimitri Philippides, who was racing today. And another who was racing today, Mr. Neil Gardner, Neil G. Oh God, I've forgotten his username. Neil G 74. You guys should really give them a watch because they're very consistent with their streaming schedule and they always put up some great races.
Yeah, 100%, and that's what gets eyes on the skippies throughout the week, and it certainly helps to build for the big one on a Sunday night. And it's also good to watch live if you can. Those guys, because you get a different kind of perspective as well. Something I might think about doing a bit of picture-in-picture like the old days. We'll see what that looks like.
Ooh.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something, eh? Anyway.
When's the commentary desk coming back, Alex?
Yeah, well, there's that one too, right? All right, Tim, always good to talk to you, mate. Thanks for supporting the series, and congratulations again on a great win.
Thanks for everything you do, Alex.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, folks, Tim Hendrickson, 2 on the trot. Not many can say they've done that. Mr. Hendrickson is now in quite illustrious company. Now, we'll go in finishing order. We'll grab the aforementioned Dimitri Philippides. Dimitri,
Hey, mate.
P4 tonight, up 3 positions. Now, I didn't say it, but I thought, maybe he was just sitting behind Mr. Steenbruggen there, or did he just have your number in the end?
No, I mean, I was trying. I tried everything, but he's had really good pace this week. So I think I had one attempt on him towards the end, but that's all I could do. He was really, really fast.
Yeah, he's done the laps, mate, much like yourself here this week. And then it certainly paid off here tonight. So not a bad result there for Mr. Steenbruggen. Paid him on debut. But for yourself,
sure.
mate, P4, another strong performance.
Just a qualifying. I was a bit disappointing. That was probably one of my worst qualifyings of the week. But yeah, lucky that a few guys crashed in front. So 4th is, I think, my best result. Still haven't managed to do better. So still happy with that.
Yeah, well, mate, one more step and you're in the podium. So 3 weeks to go. Maybe that's on the cards before the season's over. But congratulations, mate. So. Good drive. Thanks, good drive. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight?
No, well, you too, Alex and Corey again. Thanks again, as usual, for organising this on a Sunday night.
Yeah,
great fun.
Beautiful. Thanks, mate. Always good to talk to you, and hopefully we'll have the opportunity again before the season's out.
Yep, I'm sure, mate.
There you go, folks. Dimitri Philippides, strong performance. His best result by the sounds of it. Thought he came so close to winning one at Barber, and P4 walks away. No doubt pretty happy after that. Speaking of happy, I'm going to bring up P5 tonight, and I said it a couple of times. Head clown for this week at least was Mr. Mark Lay, mate. Top 5 finish. That's not bad for a Sunday night.
Yeah, it's great. We did fantastic. I just want to say, I just kept passing cars and passing cars. The unfortunate part is they were usually crashed on the side of the road, and thankfully I missed them. But,
well, mate, half the battle staying on the track, right? Especially at a place like this. We were saying with Tim Hendrickson before, driving an 8 or 9 tenths might have been the way to go. But it looked like you had clear track front and back and just put the head down, mate, and kept on going. So consistency came out ahead on the day.
That was all it was. It's just after one of those crashes, I lost Dimitri in front of me, and there's no way I'm going to catch up to that. So I just had to stay in front of Ryan.
Yeah.
And he seemed to be battling it out with Neil and Xavier. So I was just had a nice little race by myself.
Yeah, mate, there was some plenty of action behind you, that's for sure. But that's not your problem at the end of the day, particularly when you're on the cards for a top 5, mate. So congratulations. From memory, your best finish on a Sunday night. So top job, mate. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight?
Look, I just want to say a big shout out to Team Clowns, who brought me in as a junior driver in karts and, Formula 3 and 2. And they've stuck with me and molded me to, a top 5 finish in SNL. So big shout out to Team Clowns.
Beautiful.
And, you for putting the race on, as always.
No worries. Thanks, Mark. Always good to see you out there, mate. Look forward to talking to you again soon.
Cheers, Alex.
Yeah, folks. Mark Lay, leading clown driver here tonight, although Swarovski's teammate did everything to come back at him late in the race, that's for sure. But we'll do one more driver here tonight, Mr. Paul Wilson, who must be relatively happy with the top 10 finish, I would say. Up 4 positions though in the strongest field of the week. That's nothing to sneeze at, Paul.
Very happy indeed, mate. I'm off the SNL nudie run. Finally scored points this season. So yeah, it's good. Good fun.
Yeah, beautiful, mate. Have you found the racing here this week?
Oh, not great racing, but I love the street track. The intensity of just trying to miss a wall by as little as possible for 15 laps is always leaves you in a sweat. That's the fun of these ones. And that was pretty cool. I just followed a bunch of guys along for a lot of that. I got to watch Neil and Vasco have a bit of fun at the end there. I don't think Neil did too much wrong, but Vasco was having a good red hot crack. But all's fun in love and racing, so it's good to see.
That's it, mate. Absolutely. Well, congratulations, mate. Getting off the goose egg. That's what we like to see. And walking away with a smile and a bit of eye rating as well. Up 4 positions, coming through the field. That's a great job, mate. Congratulations. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to, mate?
Oh, yourself, mate, and Corey, and everybody racing in general. Thanks for getting out there, boys. It's great fun. Looking forward to the next one already. Cheers.
Beautiful, mate. Talk soon. Congratulations, and we'll see you hopefully next week.
See you, mate. Bye.
There you go, folks. That was Paul Wilson. Happy with his work tonight, and why wouldn't he be? Up 4 positions, top 10 finish, off the mark in terms of points, around 9, so maybe a few more before the season is over. But speaking of over, folks, that might do us here tonight on Top Split TV. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to the community that gets behind us here on a Sunday night. It is well and truly and very much appreciated. But for now, folks, please, speaking of support, go hit like, thumbs up, subscribe on the Top Split YouTube channel. It's where this and all the other race replays hang out for 29 seasons of Sunday Night Lights. Same deal over here. Follow, subscribe, all those sorts of things. The support is very much appreciated on Top Split TV on Twitch, which is where, of course, we do the live broadcasts each and every week. And if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest of SNL, go check us out on the Discord over at the Top Split Discord community, which is where all the things SNL are kept. But for now, folks, thank you very much for joining us. As I said, the support is very much appreciated. We can get a 46,500 soft here at Chicago this week. Says a lot about the people in the community who support us here on a Sunday night. But for now, folks, thank you very much for joining us, and until next time, I'm Alex McKellar for Top Split TV, and until then, I will say ciao for now.